So, last week I called the Wolf Hall review the book with magic in. I just can't even. My brain dribbles out of my nose. Obviously, that was the book adapted for TV. Obviously. This week's book is the book with magic in. And as I was discussing at the end of last week's review, I was kind of wasn't sure which way I was going to go with the whole magic thing, whether I would attempt to return to fantasy or whether I would just stick to something with just conjurers in it like The Prestige or whatever. But as I said, I decided to go for N.K. Jemisin and for The Killing Moon, and I'm actually really pleased I did. Really pleased I did. Now, this is sort of based on Egyptian sort of mythology and history. I don't really know enough about Egyptian history to say that it's not close or desperately close, but the prince in this book is very definitely shaped after the pharaohs, and the story it does concern him. He's central to the plot, but I'm not doing spoilery reviews, so I'm not going to give away why he's central to the plot at all. The story concerns a gatherer named Ihiru and his soon-to-be apprentice Nigiri. And the gatherers, they collect what's called dream blood. They go and gather people who are either corrupt in some way or people who want to die and wish to go peacefully, as it were. They go into the dreams of the people who are going to die, whether by their own choice or not, and they basically lead them through the dream world into death. They make their last dream a good one, and they collect the dream blood as they do it. The dream blood is very powerful, and gatherers become sort of reliant upon it. It's kind of like a drug to them. Very important sort of central part of this is Ihiru. At the beginning of the book, he fumbles a gathering, which he doesn't normally do. He's sent to gather somebody who's corrupt, someone not from his city. I'm probably going to mispronounce this, by the way. Gujare, I think. This guy comes from elsewhere and he's been judged corrupt, and Ihiru has to go and gather him, and he messes it up. And that ends up with him in this kind of tailspin of running out of dream blood, because every opportunity he seems to get to gather someone, it goes wrong. And there's this thread through it of gatherers who don't gather dream blood, for whatever reason, they become reapers. And reapers are extremely dangerous. Reapers are dream vampires. They do not need the special Jungisa stone that Ihiru and his fellow gatherers use to enter the dreams of someone or to take their dream blood. They don't need this. They can just go straight after you and kill you and take your dream blood. They can just suck it straight out of you. So this whole book, Ihiru is battling the sort of changes within him that are trying to turn him into a reaper because he's not getting dream blood. The central story concerns a conspiracy that Ihiru discovers after this first gathering. He has clues within it, but he's not sure what to make of them. And of course, because Ihiru is battling the whole time to not become a reaper, the story ends up revolving around Nigiri, and I love Nigiri. He's a really cool character. He has such depth, and he loves Ihiru. There's kind of a love there that is brotherly love, but it's also a romantic love that they never can consummate because gatherers take a vow of celibacy. So there's this interesting sort of dynamic between them where you can tell that they're in love with each other, but it will never go any further than that. I loved this book. I really got into it. The plot is beautifully detailed and complex. The characters are really well drawn. I felt close to them. I felt like I knew them. And I would definitely like to read the next two in the trilogy and find out what happens to Nigiri. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Would definitely recommend it to anybody else. And that's pretty much it. So yes, that's that one. Next week I am moving on to the book that's a thriller or a mystery. And I'm not pleased. This is the book I chose because I wanted to read it for a while. I thought this would be a good opportunity to pick it up. Can you hear that cat? She has been mewing at me now, on and off, for the last 5 minutes. I am on the verge of screaming. She wants me to throw her wormy, basically. That's all she wants me to do, is throw her wormy. Can you hear it? Meow, meow, throw my wormy, do stuff for me, I am helpless. I picked this book for my thriller or mystery, and yeah. If you want to find out why this book made me spend an entire weekend cram reading Shelley Lawrenson to try and stop myself from exploding all over the place like an untended nuclear bomb on Countdown, tune in next Friday. Be quiet, kitty. Working.